Caceres finds Jamie Shackleton. There's space to drive into. He does just that. Finds Josh Sargent, pulls it back, and it's a good save from Edison. Fantastic play from Redmont Rangers. We passed it round Man City as if we were prime Barcelona there. The last episode went about as poorly as it's possible for an episode to go. We lost 3 straight games. We lost 3-2 to Brentford in Quick Sim. We grabbed a 1-0 lead against Liverpool at home, but ended up giving it away in the last minute and losing 2-1. And then we lost 3-2 to Aston Villa as well. So 3 straight defeats in the last episode. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again here, unfortunately. We have a Carabao Cup game against Fulham to get to first, which we're going to quick sim. We're then going to quick sim the league game against Arsenal, and we're going to take on Manchester City at the Etihad. So 3 difficult fixtures when a round of 16 cup game against Fulham is your easiest fixture. As a newly promoted team to the Premier League, you know things are going to be difficult. You know things aren't going great. So we're going to go with a 4-3-3 and a rotated 11 for this game. We are getting deep into the competition, and if we win here, which we do, Brendan Clark grabbing the winner in the 74th minute after Josh Key scored in the opening minute, we are going to start playing a stronger 11 in the Carabao Cup. We are now through to the quarterfinals, along with Burnley, Manchester United, Spurs, Aston Villa. Wolves, Swansea, Middlesbrough, Everton, Arsenal and Sheffield United are the other contenders for a quarter-final place. But now that we have reached
just a couple of questions for you.
The quarter-finals, I think now is the time to start playing a stronger 11 and actually, you know, trying to make a real... I mean, I was going to say make a real cup run. We've made a cup run already. We've reached the quarter-finals. But maybe actually trying to go on and cause an upset and win a trophy. You know, the Carabao Cup was a bit of a free roll for us this season. It's not a competition I've prioritised at all. Obviously, priority 1 is staying in the Premier League. Second to that, the FA Cup, since that does tend to be and I mean it is, a board objective. That's the secondary competition for us this season. Carabao Cup, who cares? But now that we're in the quarterfinals, let's start caring a little bit, I think. So we'll take a look at the Arsenal squad for this second game that we are quick simming in just a second. However, we will get to this press conference quickly. Will Josh Sargent get his chance? He will. Yeah, we rested him in the last game, which is why Tavide started. But he's our number 1 striker. He is certainly going to start against Arsenal. And let's see how Arsenal are going to line up then. So Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Mukiele at right back. They've got Christian Romero coming over from Spurs. So a North London defect. De Ligt at centre-back as well with Mendes. Rice, Ødegaard and Jorginho. So the midfield 3 remain the same for Arsenal. They do still have Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side as well. But Vlahovic and Ferran Torres are the other attackers there. So at the Etihad, nope. At the Emirates, nope. At Redmont Arena, we got there the third time of asking. We will quick sim this game and see what we can do against Arsenal. We can lose against Arsenal. Vlahovic missed a penalty and Dybala scored the winner late in the game. Josh Sargent scored a couple of goals. Saka and Ødegaard were the other goal scorers for Arsenal. So we continue to give results away late in games, which is obviously far from ideal.
Just a moment of your time.
So potentially we need to look at the ultra defensive game plan that we have and really try and find something there that works so that we can sit in and make sure that we hold on to results, whether it is 3 points or 1 point.
Thank you so much.
So I think let's have a look at that ahead of this Man City game, I think, because if we are... I think it was Alex Petit I saw there as assist leader. Club news. Don't see anything for him there. I swear I just saw assist leader. And it was a picture of Alex Petit. I would be very surprised if he is the league assist leader. Where are we? However, there he is. lead assist creator, goal creator, I guess, with Ferran Torres for Arsenal. Alex Petit are having a really, really good season. No top goal scorers. Josh Sargent is quite behind the pace of Rasmus Højlund, who is on a massive 11 goals already. But Josh Sargent with a tally of 6 at this stage is not too bad. Just saw Højlund there. He continues to humour me as his player model just looks absolutely nothing like him. It's just like chuck some blonde curtains on a like incredibly basic face and that'll do. But you know, he wasn't scanned, so what can you do? Again, no youth players. We haven't had a lot of luck with youth players so far this season. I thought Theodore Robson maybe would change that, but ultimately he didn't. O'Hora, you are not playing in the next game. Neither are you, Rory Atkinson, but I appreciate your passion and your desire to get into the first team. Alex Lowry can't really stay fit this season. We're going to have to take a look at his training plan because he's only available like every other game, really. Burke Rees also not available for this game, so Arthur Armstrong's going to have to continue. Maybe do give O'Hora the start. Go on then, O'Hora. You can start. I told you couldn't, but actually you're the fittest centre-back, and maybe he'll do a job for us. I'm going to put Atkinson on the bench in place of Clark here today as well, just to see what he can do. So that's going to be the 11. I do just want to take a look at our ultra defensive game plan, though. So 5-4-1 flat is good. However, it's the tactics more so that I would like to look at. So depth probably should be a lot deeper than we tend to go out with. Team width super narrow just to condense everything. Width even as we play out can come in. Yeah, like no players in the box. 3 on corners is good. Barley Mumba can stay back and stick to position, as can Josh Key. Alex Petit can obviously come back on defence along with Ismail Assar. Caceres Jr. is not getting forward. He's staying back. Jamie Shackleton can be on default, and then we will leave Josh Sargent forward. Where is... So stay central, target player, stay forward is what I want. So we do need an outlet ball of some sort on ultra defensive. We can't just be expected to play it out from the back. We do need a target up front that we can aim for when we clear the ball. So that's going to be the starting 11. Those are going to be the tactics as we travel to the Etihad to take on Manchester City, who are going to line up with Edison in goal. They do have Gvardiol at centre-back. Harwood Bellis is in the team now. Rodri still at centre midfield. They've got Kovacic. So they've still got Phil Foden. They've still got Erling Haaland up front. A couple of other players I don't really recognise alongside Baxter on the left, who looks like he could be a youth product for Manchester City. So let's see what we can do at the Etihad. We've lost 4-0 to Manchester United. We have lost 2-1 to Liverpool. We now take on one of the other giants of the league, really, in Manchester City. So I said it before the Liverpool game in the last episode. I'll take a draw. Give me a draw, and I will bite your hand off right here, right now. However, we need to defend for 90 minutes if we are going to get a draw. I do appreciate the football philosophy of you start the game with a point. When I heard that really changed the way that I thought about football. You begin the game with a point. It kind of feels like you have to earn a point over the course of the game. But obviously, as soon as the first whistle is blown, you already have a point. It's 0-0. The second the game kicks off, 1 second into the game, you've already earned a point. So if you can just defend and protect that point, then obviously, you know, you come away with it. So I think that's the attitude, that's the mindset we have to go into games like this with. We begin the game with a point. If we do nothing silly, if we defend well, we come away with that point. If we don't defend well, if we don't play sensibly, we give that point away. You know, if you lose the game, you've given away a point. That's how you should think about it. Not if you draw come the end. If after 90 minutes you've drawn, you haven't earned a point. If after 90 minutes you've lost, you've given away a point. So that's our philosophy this season. It's not been our philosophy at all in this series so far, because we have managed to develop the squad fairly quickly, and we have managed to become one of the better sides in each of the leagues below us. We quickly became one of the better teams in League 2. Took us just 2 seasons to get promoted from League 1. And then we were one of the better sides. I wouldn't say the best side, but one of the better sides in the Championship last year. A top 3 to 4 side, I would say. Can't think of more than 3 clubs that you would say were better than us. And West Brom, it's even... that's tight. However, this is the Premiership. Obviously, we're not close to being the best club in the Premiership. So we do have to change our approach now that we are here. Jamie Shackleton closes down Kovacic. Certainly going to have to be careful of Erling Haaland today. Game plan is going to have to focus around stopping him. Great challenge from O'Hara on Phil Foden. He begged to come into the game with Burke Rees tired. And he has got the start ahead of Arthur Armstrong here. And he's made a good start to the game. Really strong tackle on Phil Foden. A very, very tricky winger to win the ball off. That's a great challenge. He's putting another great challenge there. The ref has gifted Man City a free kick. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. Big club bias, without doubt. That was a brilliant challenge from O'Hara. And instead, Haaland has a ball in a tricky position. Actually ended up being laid off to Phil Foden in the end. But hit straight at Alexander Bobek. Caleb Taylor turning back towards his own goal, but nothing there for him. Absolutely nothing there. We're really going to struggle to get the ball today. When we do get it, we're really going to struggle to keep it, I think. Oh, Haaland is so terrifying when he sprints on this game. He just looks like such a menace. Remember what I said about giving away the point? Yeah. So, 1-0 Man City. Not the goal I expected to concede, I'll be honest. I did expect to concede. I didn't expect to concede like that. Alexander Bobek smashes the ball against Erling Haaland's shins. And it bounces off him and into the net. So, yeah. That just happened. We are 1-0 down. We will try and move on and get back into the game. I have absolutely zero faith that we'll be able to achieve that. But we're going to try it anyway. Christian Caceres, look at him. Look at him. Look at him go. Christian Caceres shoots. Straight Ederson. What a goal that would have been. Christian Caceres trying to do it all on his own. And if he had a bit more finish about him, if he had a pair of shooting boots as well as a pair of tackling boots, potentially we would be all level there. Christian Caceres trying to put those tackling boots to use, and he does exactly that. Really good. Christian Caceres, what a player. And Alex Petit is away. Josh Sargent is in the box. Alex Petit shot out by 2 Man City defenders initially though, but he does beat Harwood Bellis. Pulls it back towards Josh Sargent. cut out by the Man City defence. This is better. This is more promising. Ismail Assar does well to hold off the Man City defender. Ismail Assar shoots from range. Held by Edison. Promising play from Redmont here. We're not going down without a fight. Great challenge from Ismail Assar. I'm not sure what he's doing in that position, but I'm glad he was there on that occasion. Josh Key and Alex Petit force the ball backwards. Ismail Assar still hasn't found his way over to that left-hand side yet. Might just have to drag him over there manually. And we really could do with him in that position now. No idea why Ismail Assar was all the way over that right-hand side of the pitch. And we had no option on the left there for Jesse Carter to release the ball to. Warren O'Hora with another really good bit of defending there. He's got Erling Haaland in his back pocket at the moment. Ismail Assar releases Barley Mumba on this left-hand side, and Christian Caceres is up with him for company. We're just going to have to look for Josh Sargent at the back post. Cut out in the box by Harwood Bellis. More good play from Redmont Rangers though. Positive. Direct. It's what we need to be in this game. Oh, almost cut the ball out there with Josh Sargent. Alex Petit now being dragged out of position. Oh, Phil Foden turns Barley Mumba inside out. It's going to be up to Warren O'Hora again to defend. Jesse Cartwright, this time it is cutting it out. Jamie Shackleton takes over. Runs into a bit of trouble there, but just recycles it. Jamie Shackleton is in acres of space here and just spreads it wide really nicely to Barley Mumba. Christian Caceres again drives at the Man City midfield. Just releases it to Josh Key this time. He spreads it wide to Warren O'Hora, who is in space. Barley Mumba now. Good period of possession for us. Easily the longest period of possession we've had in the game so far. Caceres finds Jamie Shackleton. There's space to drive into. He does just that. Finds Josh Sargent. Pulls it back, and it's a good save from Edison. Fantastic play from Redmont Rangers. We passed it round Man City as if we were prime Barcelona there. Built from the back. Didn't anticipate being able to do that really at all in this game, but we've done it really well there. Alex Petit puts in a good challenge. We are growing into this game. As I said, we are not going down without a fight. We've gifted Man City the lead, but we're not going to give them the entire game. Not that easily. Let's try and build a similar attack here. It worked really well that first time. Just holding on to the ball where we can. And then finding players in space like Jamie Shackleton. Perhaps we could have done with one of those more creative midfielders. I mean, Jamie Shackleton's doing a good job, to be fair, but he is more of a defensive option. Christian Caceres. He's been very good today, Caceres. Influential with the ball at his feet, really. And again, he's trying to get an attack going. Erling Haaland closes down Caleb Taylor, though. There is Jamie Shackleton once more. Finds Alex Petit out wide. It's a good ball. Josh Sargent's in there, heads towards goal. Good save from Edison at the near post. It is one he should make every time, really. But Josh Sargent with those darting runs across the near post is just such a threat. No Kieran Trippier today. I think Ismail Assar probably is going to be our best option from these corners. So he will put the ball in towards Josh Sargent, who wins the header. Edison away, low to his left. O'Hora steals the ball, though. Can't quite find Josh Sargent at the back post. Good save from Edison from Josh Sargent's header. There was a player on the post who probably would have cleared if Edison couldn't get there. Josh Sargent towards the top corner this time, and another incredible save from Edison. Looks like it could be one of those days where we just cannot beat the CPU goalkeeper. We're going to try and crowd Edison on this occasion. And Sarah's going to put it in slightly deeper here. Josh Sargent couldn't get there the third time of asking. Josh Key and Phil Foden falling over each other as they both try and claim the ball. It's Man City who come away with it. Caleb Taylor does well to hold up the counter-attack there. And as we approach half-time, it is still Man City 1-0 up. However, they certainly haven't dominated us. We've given a really good of a count of ourselves in this game. And he might even argue that we've had the better of this half to some extent. Erling Haaland, though, trying to double the lead just before half-time. Alexander Bobek and Jesse Cartwright between them deal with it. Josh Sargent tries to get a quick counter-attack going, but doesn't really have any support. Runs it into trouble, gives the ball away. And Man City are going to have the last attack of the first half. Referees, half-time whistle goes, though, and it is 1-0 Man City. Promising signs in that first half, though. We created chances, we defended relatively well, and without even an attempt on goal, Erling Haaland somehow has managed to find the score sheet. So we'll see if we can get back in the game in this second half. Based on the way that we played during those last 20-25 minutes or so, I quite like our chances of being able to get back into the game, to be honest. I thought we looked really good in those last 20 minutes. I thought we put Man City under pressure. I thought we created opportunities. I thought we pinned them back with corners. I thought we played well. We managed to keep the ball surprisingly well in the last 25 minutes or so as well, and actually build some attacks from the back rather than just try and hit them on quick counter-attacks. Jamie Shackleton has burst forward and he's going to drive into the box. Alex Petit is in a great position to pick it up, blocked by the Man City defender, and eventually it falls to a Man City player to clear. But again, we continue to pressure Man City. O'Hora has defended so well today. I wasn't going to put him in the game, but he's played really, really admirably in Bert Reese's absence. And Josh Key is this time driven cross towards Ismail Assar, who taps it in for the equaliser. And he's going to go and support right in front of the Redmont Rangers fans. What a ball that was across the 6-yard box from Josh Key. And Ismail Assar was in the perfect position at the back post to tap it in, and the Man City fans are stunned. Really good run from Alex Petit. And then a good pass to find Josh Key in stride. Absolutely nothing Ederson could do about that. He didn't even try and save it. And it's a very controlled finish, just squeezing it in at the back post by Ismail Assar. And I said I liked our chances of getting back in this game. And 6 minutes into this second half, we have done exactly that. Really, really good start to this second half, and we have to make this count now. We did set up that ultra defensive game plan, so we are still level, approaching the last 10 or 15 minutes of the game. I am going to feel confident to drop back into that. Ismail Assar looking to make it 2-1 Redmont Rangers, though. He runs away from 3 Man City defenders. The referee did play the advantage there, and there was an advantage on, so I don't hate him not calling the free kick or bringing it back. There was enough of an advantage there to not bring it back for the free kick. But really good play from Ismail Assar trying to break away. Phil Foden doing the same for Man City on their right-hand side. Good challenge by Lumumba. Just stood his ground and put his foot in. Man City fans trying to get behind their team. Trying to will them on to find a winner. As the Redmont Rangers fans in the far corner of the stadium look on. While Lumumba going to go out to meet the short corner. Josh Sargent going to go with him. I'd rather Josh Sargent was in the box. Does a good job defensively on Phil Foden there, though. Good challenge by Lumumba. Good challenge, Warren O'Hora. Again, he defends well. Caceres Jr. picks the ball up in midfield. We have players over on that right-hand side, and Caceres Jr. manages to find Alex Petit. I think he's just overhit the pass, and he has... The break was on that right-hand side. Caceres Jr. finds Alex Petit, but Alex Petit puts it too far in front of Josh Key. Really could have been dangerous there. Cut out by Bali Mumba, though. And Ismail Assar gets a chance to run again. Oh, and he cuts inside. How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul? I'd beaten him. I'd beaten him, and he's stepped across me from behind. Again, Man City attack down that right-hand side. Bali Mumba does well just to force him out of play. Ismail Assar scored our 1 goal today, and he's been good. We've said in recent episodes he's looked dangerous, but he hasn't quite had the final product for us yet. He had the final product today. If he can find the final product one more time this game. Caleb Taylor gives it away. Invites pressure needlessly. Alex Petit cuts it out well, though. Really, really good Alex Petit. Just going to go back to Alexander Bobek and allow him to get the ball up the field. We're looking for Josh Sargent. He wins the header. There's nobody around him for support, though. Absolutely nobody. Man City work the ball across to this right-hand side. I think it might be time to drop into the defensive game plan and just try and protect this 1-goal lead. Not ultra-defensive just yet, but defensive at the very least. Caleb Taylor can't make the challenge. Erling Haaland strikes. Good save, Bobek. I think there might be a free kick in there. But we're actually going to make some changes. So, defensive game plan. I'm not even sure what changes I want to make, to be honest. I mean, it looks like we should change some midfielders. I'm going to give it a little longer. Oh, as Doku comes on. That's not what I want to see. So much pace. Oh, it's actually our free kick. I thought that was a Man City free kick. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes or so. We don't need to make changes just yet in terms of fitness. So, I'm not going to force a change just because it's, you know, around the hour mark in the game. If we don't need to make changes, we won't. Does seem like Man City are starting to press higher up the field now, and Taylor gives it away. We cannot be inviting pressure like this, especially now that they've brought Doku on. He's got pace and he's got fresh legs. Alex Petit, though, look at him burst away from the Manchester City defender. Good run from Jamie Shackleton to support, and he just gets caught up on the Man City defender there as Alex Petit tried to find him. Trying to steal the ball away high up the field, though, Jamie Shackleton. Can't quite do it. Thought we had something on that right-hand side for a moment. Alex Petit again gets in and steals the ball away. O'Hora sets Bali Mumba away on the left-hand side. Not too much on ahead of him, though. He just has to turn back towards O'Hora, who gave him the ball initially. Josh Key, Jamie Shackleton, Alex Petit had taken up a good position ahead, but Shackleton couldn't find him. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes before we make any changes. Man City about to make another one now, though, as Raspadori comes on. Josh Key, Jesse Cartwright, Warren O'Hora's in space. Just drifts forward and gives it to Bali Mumba. Again, not too much on ahead of Josh Key, so he just travels towards the Man City back line, puts it in towards Josh Sargent. It's not a terrible strategy at this stage of the game. Just work the ball down the flanks and throw the ball into the box, see what Josh Sargent can do with it. Another good interception from O'Hora, but can't hold on to the ball once he breaks up the play. It's probably been man of the match today, O'Hora. He's defended really, really well. It's a tough assignment on Erling Haaland and on the likes of Phil Foden when they drift inside. But he's defended incredibly well. Redmont Rangers defenders want an offside, but the flag stays down. Cut out by Caceres Jr. Can't find a Redmont Rangers player with the Initial pass. And Man City drive forward again. Good interception from Alex Petit. He's probably the other candidate for man of the match. Loads of space from Barley Mumba. Caceres Jr. finds him. If Josh Sargent can get into a good position, Barley Mumba could find him with a cross, but for once, Josh Sargent's position was not great. O'Hora comes across to deal with it, holds up the Man City attack, forces it backwards. Changes will be made next time the ball goes out of play, and it'll probably be a triple change at this stage. Sargent just tosses it down into the left corner for Ismaila Sarr to chase, which he does. And Edison just plays it out to Harwood Bellis. Jeremy Doku now, cut out by Josh Key. And Jamie Shackleton is just beaten to the ball by the captain Rodri. Phil Foden. Barley Mumba just about keeping up. And just about managing to put the foot in and clear. Good defending. Josh Sargent, great strength, wins the ball and sets Ismaila Sarr away. He's got pace. He's easily the paciest player on our team, and the Man City defenders are tired. Ismaila Sarr into the box, pulls it back to Alex Petit. Saved by Edison. Jamie Shackleton and Josh Sargent on the edge, lining up for a shot. Josh Sargent beats his man. Ismaila Sarr blocked and eventually cleared by Man City. I thought we had the winner. How Man City have got away with that, I do not know. That's the danger of Ismaila Sarr, though. He's got so much pace. And late in the game, when players are tired, he just absolutely races away from them. We might go the entire game without making a substitution here, because we're 85 minutes in. And the ball hasn't gone out of play for us to make one. We could easily put it out here, but we've got players up. One of whom is Ismaila Sarr. But the Man City player reads the danger and comes across. We have players lining up on the edge of the box for Ismaila Sarr to pull that back to if he got the ball. But it never arrived. We have dropped into our ultra defensive game plan now for these last couple of minutes. Just to try and hold on to this point. A point away at the Etihad would be an incredible result for us. Barley Mumba just beaten by Phil Foden there. Can he recover? Yes, he can. Great challenge. And it is a corner. I'm not going to bother with substitutions. There's no point this late in the game. Kovacic is coming off. Kabore is coming on. Looks like Man City are going to take it sure. Alex Petit is already over there. Barley Mumba goes over to support him. Man City do get it into the box. And I was so ready to say what a disappointing way to lose for the second episode in a row. But Erling Haaland, of all people, puts it wide. And that may just be enough to give us a point in this game. I was waiting to see the net ripple there. Alexander Bobek did well to come out and just put Erling Haaland off enough, I think. Can Ismaila Sarr create one last opportunity? He cuts inside. He does the Man City defender. All ends up, but what a recovery that is. Oh, Jamie Shackleton. Alex Petit gets a shot away. Saved and held by Edison. What performance from Redmont Rangers. What a result it would be. Jeremy Doku, though, looking to change it. Josh Key is all over that. And Alexander Bobek lumps clear, and that's got to be the final whistle, and it is. We get a point away at the Etihad. What a result. And especially after the way that we went behind early in the game, gifting Man City a goal. I mean, they didn't really score a goal. It might as well have been an own goal. Bobek smashing it against Erling Haaland and it just bouncing into the net. For all intents and purposes, that's an own goal. We neutralised Man City's attack for the most part. Great shot there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually end up with more shots than them. We do. Far more shots. They only managed 2 shots on goal. 56% possession. 242 passes attempted. but just the 2 shots to show for it. So a really, really good result. We haven't had one of those in quite some time. It's been bad result after bad result the last episode or 2.
Just a couple of questions for you.
And Barley Mumba is unhappy. He probably should be, to be honest. We will keep backing him, but his performances haven't been good recently. Josh Key a little bit better today on the right-hand side. We have to be pleased we got the draw, certainly. Really trying to get that team morale up a little bit. Where's the problem as we see it? I mean, Man City are better than us. How about that? That's
Thank you for your...
that's my analysis of the situation. We have a game against Newcastle to get to. However, we did begin by simming that game against Fulham, didn't we? So we've played our 3 games for this episode. So Newcastle will be the next one. Let's take a look at the other fixtures whilst we are in the calendar. So Newcastle, the first game in the next episode. We've then got Brighton away and Chelsea at home. So a couple of interesting fixtures there. Brighton being the easiest. And then 2 home fixtures against Newcastle and Chelsea. So we'll probably take one of those 2 teams on in the next episode. We have unfortunately been drawn away at Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. There were certainly easier draws that we could have been given there. Everton being one, Swansea City, Burnley. We got a very, very difficult draw there, but it's the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We're going to give it everything we've got. Maybe we'll go out with a little more attack and ambition than the last time we played Manchester United, where they sunk us 4-0 at Old Trafford in the league. So a quick look at the standings before we finish up. Alex Lowry wants to play more. I would play you more if you were fit, Alex Lowry. That's the only option. Warren O'Hora was fantastic against Man City. He was influential in that game. Let's take a quick look at Alex Lowry's training plan. He's on performance focused. And I mean, that seems about right for him, to be fair. Let's move him back to balance, though, just to... I mean, his energy shouldn't be an issue, but for some reason it is. So not really sure what's going on there. I'm happy to play Alex Lowry, obviously, but he has to be fit. So let's take one last look at the standings before we finish up here. So we do move up 1 place to 12th. We are on 14 points. Top of the table are on 28. So Spurs have already doubled our point total for the season. And we are several points ahead of West Ham, who sit on just 6 points in 20th place. So we're fairly comfortable in mid-table, to be honest. 4 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses at this point of the season, a -4 goal difference. I don't think that's too bad at all. You know, it's not spectacular by any means, but I would certainly have took this at the beginning of the season if you offered it to me. So Newcastle, Chelsea, and Brighton, the fixtures in the next episode. So we'll look to try and put a few more points on the board, really try and secure our place in the Premier League next season in the next episode. So we'll look forward to that. As always, I hope to see you there. Take it easy.